Hello, hello, hello. It's Kellyanne Cows here, Stone the Crone. I'm live on a 5 o'clock on a Queensland afternoon here in Australia. So I thought I'd put this out to anyone who wants to join me. So if anyone wants to jump on in the turfdom universe, so there is of course always rules of the game, and the rules of the game will be: if no one joins me, I will just have a chat once a week with YouTube and say hello and have my little thoughts of the week. Hey, Dyla, how are you? Hey, HJ. Thanks for dropping by. So I was just saying that what we're going to do is have a bit of a different vibe. It's going to be the Terf Telegraph. So I've made it 5 o'clock this time so that we can in Aussie here, we're making dinner or that type of thing, or it might be just after dinner over there in New Zealand, about 8 o'clock, I could believe. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the link to this show in the chat. And so we're going to have maybe a topic we can talk about. So if nobody joins me, then that's cool. We can just have a chat through the chat here and I can just be by myself. But if you want to come in and put your 2 cents worth in to what I've got to say for the week, the Terf Telegraph is open. And so this week, I sort of really had a bit of a think of this, and like I do, because I contemplate a lot of stuff. Yes, I'll highlight that. There you go. The Landy sisters, they're doing a fundraiser for a lawyer. Um, that's out for in Rex's Buy Me a Coffee. So we'll leave that on there. We will drop the link to the Buy Me a Coffee in the descriptions later. Um, yeah. I, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in New Zealand with what's going on with the landies. I don't know. Not everyone might be up to date with that. Maybe that's Di. Maybe if you want to jump in and have a chat. But this week, there you go. This week, I've just been thinking about and contemplating about um, what is a turf and what is a gender critical person. Are they the same person or breed of woman? You know, because they're all women. I suppose gender critical probably include more men. I don't know. That's what I want to talk about. So I was going to drop a link in the description and talk about what is a turf, what is a gender critical person. Am I the only one that's noticed people that used to refer to themselves as turfs and be quite happy turfs last year in 2023 are referring to themselves more as gender critical people in this year, in the last few weeks? That they seem, this is just my observations and my opinions, take them or leave them. But I have noticed in the in the ether that certain people are leaning a certain more way to being referring to themselves as gender critical rather than referring to themselves as a turf. So if anyone wants to jump in and have a say on that, this is the link. Of course, the rules of the game will be: if I don't know you, you don't get to show your face, so you got to turn your camera off. Sorry, just the way it's going to have to be. So if you do want to jump on, and I see you here, and you're not a trusted turf, because that's how I see myself in this sphere. This channel is a turf channel for turfs who have absolutely no fucks to give. That will not call a man a woman. They will not call. They will not use the language. That's what this is. So does that mean I am not gender critical? And I do believe I am not gender critical. I believe I'm 100% a turf. I am not gender critical at all because I don't think our language at all is up for debate. So that's my line in the thing in the sand here. My line in the sand is the language, if you're willing to give the language away or not. So that's where I stand on it. Other people might have a difference, but I have noticed a swing, a swing on our old, which would be they would declare themselves last year Turban, have decided to rebrand themselves and to come forth in the new year as more gender critical. The other thing I think with it is that I think for me, not only the hey, yeah, see, exactly, Lola, that's where I am. Do you want to jump on? Do you want to jump on the link and have a chat with me? It's an open discussion. The link is there if you want to jump on. So I see myself as a turf. I'm a turf. I'm not giving up the language. I'm not giving up anything that is what is a girl, what is a woman. I'm not getting that. There is no, absolutely. So I'm just like no, and I think that makes me a turf. And I do think radical feminists are different to turfs. And it's hi Aaron, how are you? Aaron, feminism, if you want to jump in and have a say, you don't have to use your video. The link is up there where you see Stone. I'll even post it again. If you want to jump in. And as I said, you don't have to use your camera if you just want to jump in and use your voice. I we went over. It was a link on Twitter. It was what is a rad fem, and I'm not a rad fem. I don't meet the quota of what is a rad fem. Unfortunately, there is things that cancel me out, and that is I am a monogamous heterosexual woman that has been with her partner for 30 years. So I've been with my husband 30 years, and we've been married 26. And we have two children, adult boy and adult girl. So, I'm not yet 50. And so we've been together since we were 18 and 19 years old. But I'm on this, I believe being a turf is acceptable. I'm happy to be a turf. Maybe the difference with turfs a little bit more too is the turfs have got less fuck to give than maybe the GC people. Oh, is that controversial? Did I say something controversial? Maybe, we're Aussie here, so I suppose we look at conservative and liberal in a little bit different way. Being Oka, what's middle class? What's upper middle class? Do you know? Does that make a difference? Is it a class thing? Oh, bold again. Bold again. Is it a class thing? Is GC, who is GC and who is turf, and renaming ourselves, and is it a class thing? Ouch. Ouch. Don't know. Don't know. Yep, HJ, I do believe turfs are more women and children centered. Yes, absolutely. Oh, I like that too. Lola Moth. Excellent. Very nice. Yep. I actually would agree with that. Yes. Yes. I would agree with that. I might be wrong too, because I don't consider myself a rad femme. So therefore, yeah. Yeah. And I'm definitely not I'm trying to stay away from the political people. Yeah, any political or seasonal activists, been from one different thing to another. Best I just Bernie's just stay away from. True. more academics do seem to prefer maybe the GC title to the Terf title. So my fan's probably feeding back into that microphone, which is sounding a bit weird. I'm sorry, but it's really stinging audio. No, that's I would probably agree with that. I think those who are happy to get down and dirty with it a bit more are quite happy to own the turf word, the turf title. Yeah, I mean it is a bit derogative, because but then having said that, I don't want any men who think they're women in our spaces. So I am trans exclusionary, radical feminist. Well, that's up up for grabs. Maybe on some days if I feel like it, but not today. Not today. Yeah, I think so. So, but if that's the case, because we've got our wonderful book club going on the channel here once a month, the Turf book club that's happening once a month that HJ and I are running. The book is in the description of that video. Maybe is there a point where we read enough and we're knowledgeable enough and we're a little more academic? Do we flip and change our title at that stage? Because I don't think I will. Absolutely, definitely. I think it is more grassroots. Absolutely. I think it is probably, Aaron, the girls who probably dare to sticker, the sticker bomb queens. Let's give them a fucking round of applause. That is grassroots. That's the women who are absolutely prolific with it. Again, I've mentioned Turf Rocks over on Twitter, on X. Go check her out because her little rocks end up everywhere. It's a fantastic idea. That's some solid turfing. I think turfs are way more creative and artistic. I'll be bold enough to say that too. Oh my god, I might get myself in some fucking trouble today. Turfs do not compromise. That is some fucking truth there. That is some truth there. I have been disappointed. I have been disappointed in some really awesome women who I thought really last year had the gist of it, and they've turned around and called men he, she's. Sorry, she and hers. He, she's. Come on, fuck it. Anyway, but do you know what I mean? So it's disappointing. So I don't know. Tavs definitely don't compromise. We don't. There was the thumbnail VF did, and she put on we ain't got no time for that. I love that saying, and I think it stands true for turfs. We don't really have time for that crap, that bullshit. To say that we will have good manners to use women's language for men. That's right. Rad femmes have existed for a very long time. So I'm really late to the party here because I've come, like, with my little journey is I've come out being that just kind girl. I'm in a long-term relationship. I'm not educated on or what different sections of feminist is. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't put up with shit, and that's the major thing. What I thought was a feminist was they just don't put up with shit from anybody. You know what I mean? Like they stick up for what is women and what is children, especially what is women. That hey, as you learn along the way, there's a lot of facets to a lot of this, and that's why I think it's so good to be able to have, like what we've got here on this channel moving forward, a book club where we can learn a bit more about radical feminism and definitely like a bit more about the Tavistock, like we are doing right now with the book we're reading. Yeah, true. True. There is academic TERFs. True, true, true. 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 So what we're saying now is actually we have a real spectrum. We've got a real spectrum day. So we can have academic TERFs. Now, I just found it interesting myself that I noticed that definitely a few people have been taking on the gender critical name rather than a TERF. I think the problem with me with taking on the gender critical thing rather than a TERF is that it's in the title, it's in the name, isn't it? Gender critical. I'm not just buying into gender in the first place, so how am I really gender critical? That's where I'm another, I suppose, line on the sand that I want to make is, I don't really want to take that title. Yeah, okay, being called trans exclusive radical feminist, it's probably not the nice thing to be called either, but it's a little bit like Voldemort, hey, like fear of the name is fear of the thing itself sort of deal with me, so. Oh, kitty. That's a fair point too. That's a fair point too. I mean, who really wants to be putting their hand up to say that they are a true rude turf that's basically not got no fucks to give, as they say. Who wants to put that hand up and be in them? So I think the divide is there. I don't, there. I'm not giving up. Definitely not giving up the title turf to be on the gender critical thing. Gender critical people to me are far more likely to be true trans as well. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So they, as I said, they can be more, willing to negotiate, I suppose, and in the gist of maybe being polite and a little bit kind. And I think turfs maybe we're a little bit less, a little bit further from that. Maybe we're a bit further away from that, where there is no negotiation, there is no compromise. The language is ours, full stop. It's a woman is not a feeling. It's not a feeling in some man's head. It's the way the trans ideology has taken the wording and manipulated it with so many false starts, and we're maybe you go through being gender critical a bit and then come out being a turf. Maybe that's the progression. Maybe we're the end result. Maybe we're the end result. Yeah, so you get with the gender a skeptic gender. I just don't want to buy into the gender. It doesn't exist. There is no gender. We are our bodies. Yes, we may have a soul, but that soul is absolutely dictated this journey around by the meat antenna that we've got, and there is no souls just flying around the ether. So, I'm not, and I'm a spiritualist. I'm an occultist. I love my occult knowledge, and I've never come across anywhere where it says that a man can be a woman and a woman can be a man. And there's a little poem that I like to sing to myself, and it just, it's if I remember it, there's a little bit of yin and yang, there's a little bit of yang and yin, but yin can never be yang, and yang can never be yin. Thank you, and good night. So, I'm sorry. It's just, we are human, which is the coin, and you are either male or female on that coin. There's not any jumping over to the other side. You're either a battery or you're the positive or the negative side of the battery. You're human. battery, or you're the positive and negative side. The positive can't be the negative side, the negative can't be the positive side. It just can't be that. I can yell at a positive side of a battery all day to be the negative side, and it will never be. I think that's it. To me, that's it. The drawing line between someone who's GC and that someone who's a right up turfs is the language again, is the process. HJ, I do agree. Absolutely. Here we go, Lolamoff. Absolutely. Absolutely. Someone who knows what biological sex is real. That's it. That's it. It doesn't need to be polite. That's the other thing, right? Like the biological sex doesn't need to attach anything other than absolute truth to it. Truth is full stop. Leave it alone. It's not my truth or your truth. It's just universal truth. Right there, universal truth. Hey, Tumblebark, how are you? So I don't know. Did anyone want to jump in here and say hello? Hey, female, men are men. Absolutely, all men are men, even pretty ones. So I'm not giving the language away even to pretty men. I'm sorry. Pretty men are nice. But if you're going to use the pronouns, and I think calling yourself gender critical definitely gives you wriggle movement, where calling yourself a straight and owning turf gives you less wriggle movement in the polite game. So I really see that like that. I've said it before. The roller coaster, right? The roller coaster's going up one side, and it's got all the young hip people going up, just nearly peaked, and they're coming down the other side, and they're all like the zombies. I think that's it. It's definitely the difference between, you know. I think maybe the more you pink, the more you come out of turf. Never be polite to pervs, as Karen says. Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's another. We're talking about sort of what makes somebody a gender critical person and what makes them a turf. That I've actually noticed this year that a lot of women who claimed being a turf last year are no longer claiming to be a turf this year. They're claiming themselves to be more gender critical. So is that decided that they don't want to be um, maybe it's that they're trying to get rid of that Nazi, bad word for the internet, but Nazi stigma that was sort of attached to turfs of 2023. I don't know. Don't know. Yeah, that's what I think too. Aaron, absolutely. The GCs do more believe in the true trans concept. Absolutely. That's they're more likely to use the pronouns and more likely to believe that transvestites have some sort of consideration, which they don't. I mean, just because they're an old school transvestite and they paid their taxes doesn't make them a woman, doesn't give them any um, entitlement. I think they're more flexible on anybody who GC people may be more flexible on anybody who's had their birth certificate or their um, man-made official law pieces of paper changed. They, rather than what is actually universal law, that it doesn't matter if you can take a piece of paper and a group of men or a group of women or a group of humans change wording on a piece of paper. It doesn't change who or what you are. I think they're more likely to be polite to those GC people, more likely to be polite to those people, and also polite to anyone who's had the snip and flip. Let's be honest. Turf will definitely say that a man is a man, whether or not they've had the snip and flip, whether or not they've been in the army and had their junk blown off. It's still, nah, stay out. You know? Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, the dysphoria, the gender dysphoria, absolutely. Absolutely. Um, look, I think there's a lot of people that can get very confused. I think there's a lot of people who are mentally ill. And I think there's a lot of people that can get caught up in trends and crazes. I'm going to be honest. I think social contagion is a damn fucking real thing. And I don't think that having it reaffirmed really by anybody that you can be the opposite sex in any kind of fucking way is healthy for anybody. And, you know, here in Aussie land, it's sort of said, well, if someone comes out with a bit of garbage, a bit of bullshit, you want to shut that shit down. And honestly, that's the born in the wrong body. You got to really shut that shit down. There's nobody born in the wrong body, and that is a thing, and it can be an unfortunate thing because people are really born with some major issues, and being confused about whether you've got girl feels, lady feels, or fucking you got I feel like a boy today. Fucking ain't one of them. Like, come on, really? Um, you know, the hormones, like, no, sorry, no. So I don't think, because again, if you think someone's going to be born in the wrong body, you're going to be okay with the whole medicalization. And so uh, gender critical people are probably more absolutely agreed to let anyone go down the medical path, aren't they? Rather than a turf. A turf is more of an absolute. That, you know, I don't think anybody should be put on wrong sex hormones for mental health reasons. I'm really sorry if people don't like that. Synthetic hormones cannot make anything natural. You can't grow anything from something fucking synthetic. So that's like it just can't be, it can't be good for a human being. I think we're going to see the fallout to this in the next 10 to 20 years. We're going to see the fallout to this. It's going to be horrendous. And I think, being a gender critical person, you can, okay, let's be more offensive again. You can be a bit fed city. You can have a fucking little foot in each direction, Yeah. Look, I definitely support Kelly J. Keen's harder position. Is being anything other than that, is that going to be helpful at the end? Like, at the end, is it going to be helpful? So true. So true. Look, I think it's just, to me, it's maybe a little bit disappointing to see those who were, and this is, just my observation. As I said, those who were hold the line turf last year have come out introducing themselves as a GC person this year. Definitely seems to me that they've decided not to hold the line, like you say, HJ. They've decided not to hold the line anymore. They've decided that maybe it's a little bit hot here in the turf corner, and they don't want to be associated. Maybe I don't know what the go is. I don't know. That's why I thought, well, I'd ask what the go is. Yeah, absolutely. That's me all over. I'm not gonna ever be and pretend to be something that I'm not, because and I think that's the thing with turfs, that we are very honest, true people, raw people, whether get down dirty people, and I think whether that I don't know where you are in the world, but it's like football, right? You got your runners and you got your frontliners, and your frontliners will always push through, and that's us turfs, right? Like, we keep just the pace we've got. We don't waver, and I think being gender critical leaves you room to waver, because, like I said, if it's gender critical or a gender skeptic, you're more likely to buy into the gender woo to begin with. And I think turf just, it's organic. It's here we are. I definitely could be more financial to, be more open to gender perspectives. That'd be enough for me. Sorry, mate, but that's a big fat no from this Aussie. Yeah, look, I just no, just no, just no. I'm sorry. If that's, I just would like to go to back to some things are absolutely, totally universal law, like gravity. Gravity, I can run off the pier and I will fall off the pier. I can run off the cliff, I will fall off the damn fucking cliff. There are some things that in life are just innate truths. It don't matter if you believe it or not. It just fucking is. And that is gravity. And I've said this before, the Wright brothers invented the plane. They didn't fucking turn around and say, gravity doesn't exist, we can get in the air. Just because the surgeries, just the synthetic hormones, it means nothing. There's zero. You got nothing. You got nothing, mate. You got nothing. Sorry, you got synthetic hormones and you got surgeries and you don't get any sort of pronouns. You get nothing. So I think that, you know, I won't make this real long this week. Again, I'm going to put the link in every week. So if anyone wants to jump in and say hello, don't have to use the video. I can drop the link in there. Just say so and I will pop it in. But I just wanted to have a chat about that. So from this turf, a solid turf, what does Rex say? A big fat turf, big fat fucking turf. I think I'm never going to be a gender critical person or attach that title to this little thing. Did you? Yeah, I'll post it again. Here we go. We'll post it again. We'll post it. Here we go. Fresh and new. Try it again. There you go, Di. Click on that and jump in. Click on that and jump in. It'd be nice to be able to get you in here, love, if we can. Ooh, we'll see if we can get Di Landy to pop in. Yeah, come on, Di. Come on, jump in. Oh, next time, Femma. I would love to have a chat with you. I would love to have a chat with you. This channel's been going nearly 2 years, Femma, and I think you've been in my chat for the whole time. So it would be great. Like I said, when you hop in, you don't have to use your video. You can just use your mic. So that's completely up to your discretion. I would love to have a call-in thing like Kelly J, and maybe we can work to that. But at the moment, I'm still looking into it. This is the way we're going to do it until then. So yes, but yeah, no, this year, Stone the Crown won't be changing her title. She is a turf. There will be no changing to gender critical for me. I'm as polite as I'm going to get. And if that's not for everyone, that's okay. That's good. That's good. That's fine. That's fine, I think. I think if you're a bit more flexible with being gender critical and being a bit more polite, that's okay too. But if you start going into true trans, then yeah, sorry. Sorry. I can't be agreeing with that. It's not gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. So we're hoping that Diane might jump in and have a chat. She said that she's tried and she's failed, unfortunately. But I think we've covered pretty much in this little old lady's middle-aged old lady's opinion, the difference between gender critical and being a good solid turf is being flexible on the language. Turfs are not being flexible on the born in the wrong body and buying into gender as a thing altogether. I think that's it. That's it for me. I think I'm happy with that. Thank you for helping me with that out this week, though, because I do have these thoughts that go through my little mind, and life is funny like that when we have a think on something and we think, well, what is really the difference? Am I right? Am I wrong? Do I have to just rely on what I see on Twitter? Which I'd rather not, by the way. Rely on what I see on Twitter. So I don't see Di popping up. I don't think she's going to be able to get in, unfortunately. So we're going to give it a couple more minutes, and then I might say my goodbyes. My goodbyes, mate. Before I do go, and hey, oh, come on in, Di. Come on in. Hey,
I did it!
fuck yeah. Well, thank you for jumping in, my friend, my sister. How are you?
We're a bit stressed over here, Stone. There's a
Yes,
lot happening. I'm not sure if you know what's happened with Philippa.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
can
yes.
I launch into it?
Absolutely. Now,
Okay,
first of all, you do,
our big
Philippa
sister,
is,
like you
is
all know.
your big sister. Yeah. Philippa's your big sister, your
Yeah, our
older
big sister
sister.
Philippa. So there's Philippa. Yes, I'm the middle child, and Rex is our poor Tiki, our baby.
That's right.
Kia ora wahine. Hey, good to be here. I'm not going to talk about being GC or turfy because we just know we're a turf. And Rex goes, call Rexlandia ho. I'm a turf, big fucking turf.
Damn straight.
Does that
Damn
sound like
straight.
her?
Ah, damn straight. No, I fucking
Yeah.
know
And
how
so
much I
Philip,
love Rex.
hey, so yes, absolutely, sister, absolutely. So the gist of what's happening is Philippa went to the supermarket to buy her lotto tickets, and one of the skinwalkers was on the lotto counter. So Philippa walked up and said, and this is verbatim, "May I please have a $16 triple dip for tonight's draw?" The skinwalker threw the money, her tickets on the counter. Sis threw the money down, and he said, "There's no need to throw the money at me." And she said, "Well, there's no need to throw my tickets at me either, was there?" And he said, "It's because you're wearing an offensive T-shirt. And the T-shirt is the men are not women, even if you squint." And Philippa goes,
Which is actually
"It's
a
only
beautiful looking shirt.
Oh, it was a crisp ironed as well, I might add. Nice white, crisply ironed tee, old Philippa. And then he just started ranting and don't say it, and went all, hashtag tranny tears strikes again. The manager come over and they jostled and propelled Philippa out of the store and put a hand on her, physically touching her. The staff followed her out, get her license plate number so we can go to the police. And they said, you're banned, it's your offensive shirt, I can do this, I can ban you for it. And so we wrote a letter, like Philippa got home, rang me. I said, please get on to Sarah, our scribe. And so they wrote a letter, and somehow the manager of Otaki New World boycott them. Otaki New World released the CCTV, got into the public arena, and they've just said there are all these previous incidences, and it was her T-shirt. It wasn't the T-shirt. It's that she's been in there bullying the staff and all this bullshit. Police have seen the CCTV, and shock, horror, I hope you're all sitting down. There's nothing to see here. You haven't been assaulted. So we're having to get a lawyer because this is, it wasn't the hand of God that propelled my sister out of that store. So we're having to get a lawyer to respond and try and get them to release the CCTV to Philippa because they haven't, done letters and Privacy Act. So we're using Rex's Buy Me a Coffee in Manawahine, Corridor's Buy Me a Coffee. It's doing it in stages. So, here we go. This is New Zealand's Bud Light moment. I hope they all get in behind us. It's a bit like Thai Happy State. Hey, it's a bit like Brisbane, mate. I can't see it from here.
Look,
New Zealand needs this. We need to start this legal shit happening.
Yeah. I'll put Rex's Buy Me Coffee.
So that's what's happening here. And Annie O'Brien did a Twitter post on it, a really good Twitter post on it. It got over 100k views.
Was that on Twitter?
So, OMG. Yes. Yes, Annie O'Brien. And she done a great post where it was fully explained what had happened and what have you. So, let's go.
Yeah, well, so again, legal help is not fucking cheap. It's not cheap. It's expensive. Sorry about my Aussie trashy mouth, but that's what you get over here on this channel. So that's Manawahine's Buy Me a Coffee and also Rex's Buy Me a Coffee. I'm pretty close to use Lendy's and Rex, so Rex's will be under in the description. I'll put her Buy Me a Coffee in there. Just to get a look in, to really push back, where you're looking at a couple, maybe $3,000 to push
for
back.
For the first stage.
Yeah,
for the first stage to start. Right. And, I'm like, our big sister isn't that well either. And so now, of course, Twitter being the cesspit it is, they're all arguing that, well, gosh, she doesn't look elderly, and it's just, so, hashtag mate, men aren't women even if you squint. And because the tranny tears got Rexy's t-shirt shop hidden, we're going to do instead of t-shirts, because the pressure's going to come on now that it's going legal, is that we're going to be selling iron-on transfers of the print.
Good idea. Look, it's actually, if you haven't seen the shirt, it is a beautiful shirt. You only have to go back to my last chat with Rex. She's wearing the shirt in maroon, but on white, it's just beautiful. And, like I've said, I've met Philippa, and Philippa, she's a gorgeous, gorgeous lady. She's a gorgeous, gorgeous woman. And, she's not as probably rough around the edges as us Sheila's. She's a more of a refined lady, I believe. Would say.
Very measured.
Yes,
measured. Hey,
some of us are a little bit
yeah,
rough around
our
the
big
edges, and
sis.
others
I mean, if it was look, if it was Rex or I in New World, Otaki, boycott them, boycott New World. If it was Rex or I, it's totally believable that we were rude.
well,
Oh, kia
that's
ora, sis. Here she is.
if anybody has met you three beautiful women, if you said, "Oh yeah, Rex was wearing her fuck your pronoun shirt," that's the one. Can you see that? Oh, near my face.
Yeah.
There's Rex, I'm a fan. If Rex was wearing that one, if or the sis my ass shirt, okay, maybe. But
Yeah.
the shirt in question too is actually a beautiful shirt. It is not something that anyone would really deem offensive.
Yeah. Oh, jump on, sissy. Jump
Yeah.
on, because I've made a terrible job of explaining what's happening, but
No, no.
yeah,
Look, don't stay in. We'll get Rex in here too, and
awesome.
this would be fucking awesome. I would love to have the two of you at the same time. The Landy sisters, the Landy
Yeah, so it's
sisters.
been a bit stressful,
Set it straight. Yeah,
but
yeah. But also, yeah, just set it straight because it does. People get lost in translation about what's actually going on with things like this.
yes,
So it's better to come straight from, you know, it's very stressful for your older sister Philippa at this time too, with her health
yes,
as well
yes,
as with what this happened. I mean, that's traumatic. It's not just the physical manhandling; it's also
mm,
the spectacle of it. That's public
yes.
shaming. That's public humiliation, and any public humiliation like that should not be over what's on the show. Like, come on, this is fucking ridiculous.
Right. Yeah, you're going to tell us how to dress to go buy our shithouse paper. And it is two independent witnesses have come forward and and said, nah, this woman wasn't aggressive and she wasn't rude and yeah, so people and we don't even know these people. So, kudos to our witnesses.
That's right,
Hey,
and those who actually give a shit,
yeah.
because first you can find witness that's going to be there in the moment that gives a shit, because a lot of people don't.
No,
They'll just
I
just like, oh, it's not my problem. What's that say? It's not my steak. It's not my monkeys. But
yeah.
it is, because what if they find your show offensive next week?
Yes. Who's next?
That's
Who's
right.
next?
So
What?
this man who thinks he's a woman thinks that shirt's offensive this week. I might be going to a punk gig or a gig, whatever, and I might have a shirt on, and that they might think that's offensive next week.
Yeah, so a huge free speech issue here. It's a bit shocking. I'm sorry it's happened to Philippa.
Yes, me too.
I,
I,
I, you
I don't
know,
want it to I don't want it to happen to you, and I wouldn't want it to happen to Rex. I wouldn't have it happen to me. But again, someone like myself, Rex, and yourself would be, more okay, ready to be a bit feisty back. Probably go, okay, in a way, maybe I gave a little bit too
yes,
much. Yes, I was a naughty girl. But that's not Philippa's personality of who I met when I was in New Zealand. If I
yeah.
was to be a character reference for the lady, I would go, that's out of character for her to be behaving that way. Are you talking about my gorgeous sister Rex or Miss Dylandy? You know what I mean? I wouldn't be saying that it would be Philippa. No.
Yes. No, that's right. It would be Rex or I, not our big sister. She's our big sister. She's our matriarch. Aye, so of course she's not like us. Aye, yeah, that's
Simple.
right, sis. As it crosses. Aye. Yeah, go buy a lotto and we got to go in brown shirts. Do we all have to get dressed by Gloria Vale? Hey, which is a religious sect over here, Stone. Some cult sect thing, and they're all drab.
Oh, Gloria Vale.
Yes, you know, is that where we have to, buttoned up to the neck, down to the ankles, long sleeves, and a really innocuous colour with maybe a penny to catch all the grub from the work we're going to have to do, so we can go buy our groceries. They've trespassed an elderly Māori woman for a T-shirt out of an essential service. It is the only one of 2 supermarkets in the town, and the other supermarkets are mini-mart. Because we've got a duopoly over here in our supermarkets. So they've threatened this, this queer, they've threatened her food security over a T-shirt.
So how is that allowed if you don't have a choice of where you shop?
That's right. How is that acceptable?
So then
that is just so mad.
I mean, then what happens then? You got to drive out of town a bit further. Who's paying for that petrol? If you do drive,
Trini tears.
You've got to pay extra for public transport because you wore a shirt with that somebody else didn't agree with your beliefs on. Well, really, that's a very, very,
yes,
situation.
30K round trip.
Yeah. Like, we rely, as a thing to Australia and New Zealand, we rely on our little locals. Our local shops, we rely on them. We rely on the ones that are local to us.
Yeah. Well, that's why we have to push back. This is not acceptable that women are being told how to dress now.
That's right. So it's burkas are coming, hey, really? Well, we might have lost time. So there's a link in the chat here, in the description. If you click on the link in the description, you can jump on in with me. Rex, the link's in the description. I'm putting it in now. Can you see the chat? I'm posting it in the chat. Otherwise I would have to send it by here's Rex. At Sage. We just lost Di, so I've just tagged team. I've tagged team Rex and Rex.
Tag team.
I've tagged team. You've just lost Di, and you've come in. Nice timing. How hot is it over there for you, love? You have to turn your volume down, mate. How hot is it over there for you, love? You have to turn your volume down, mate.
Me?
Yeah. Is it still echoing?
Yeah, I'm in a loop. I haven't said a word. I haven't said a word and I'm in a loop.
I think we can edit mic settings. I haven't said a word. And I'm in a loop. Echo cancellation.
I'll jump out and come back in.
Just wait. Oh, there she goes. There she goes. I might have to open my door here. I'm getting a very sweat on. We live in Queensland, and Queensland people is not just Hell's Gate, it is literally Satan's arsehole. And as you can see, I am sweating, so I'm just going to see if I can open that door up a bit. See if I can get a bit more of a reprieve. Rex is back.
Oh, look, it happened.
A bit more of a reprieve. Rex is back. There's the shirt.
Oh, the lag is shocking.
I think it's in the mic settings. See if I can.
Oh, the lag
Is that better? I think
No.
it's in the mic settings. See if I can.
Anyway, hello everybody. How's it now?
I think it's.
Hello everybody.
I think it's in your mic settings. You got to reduce the echo.
Anyway,
I think it's in your mic settings. You got to reduce echo. Is that any better? No, not really.
Is that better?
No, you've got a horrible echo. And now I think I've turned you down. How did I do that? Wait.
Oh look. It's just outrageous. Police. I'll just go in the comments.
Go in the chat. Are you on your phone or your computer?
Computer.
Jump on your phone. Can you jump on your phone?
I'll try that.
Just type it in. All right, I'm going to put the link back in here and see if Rex can jump on in her phone, which would be great, and she could just type it in. I hate that loopy thing. I don't know why we get that in StreamYard. It's annoying. Just type it in. Here we go. We'll stick it there. Anyway, it was so great to have both Rex and Di pop in to this channel at the end of our little conversation about being turfy and being GC. So I'm just going to adjust my fan because, yeah, it is super hot. And the front of my beautiful house here has the sun setting. So I have to have a full-on black, what do you call it, tinted windows to keep the sun out in the afternoon, black curtains, and it is hot. It is very, very hot. So yes, I hope Rex can get back in. If she can't, that's okay. Oh wow, we've been on here for nearly an hour. So if we can get Rex back on, it'll be good. But if not, again, we can wind it up. StreamYard's very good, and I do use the free version. So let's be fair here. You know, it is a free service that I'm using, and I'm sure that's why things go wrong. I also think that me and Rex are pretty hardcore turfs, not gender critical women, but pretty hardcore turfs. So they do like to mess around with us, maybe if they hear certain words that they don't like. And I know I'm definitely one to say a few words that people don't like. Oh no, Rex can't get on. That's okay, Rex. That's okay, Rex, because at the end of this month, me and Rex have got our little witches, our bitches in the ditches, in the wrenches, in the trenches conversation, little podcasting thing we do, and we're doing that on alternate channels. So we are going to have, and it is made, we are going to have our turd of the month. You heard it right here on Stone the Crone. We have got a dummy lid that is mounted to a canvas, and we're going to count down to the turd of the month. We are going to start with 10, and we're going to go right down top 10 turds of the month until we unveil the turd, number one turd of the month, and who is it going to be? So I'm excited for that. So that is the last Saturday of the month, and I think we're over at Rex's channel. Rex, is that right? We're on your channel, over at your channel. for our first official turn of the month. So what we're going to do is have a conversation, me and Rex, and it's going to be on alternate channels. So we introduced it at the beginning of this month, and so we're starting at the end of the month over at Rex's place, and then back to my place and back to Rex's place. So we will tell you where it's going to be. And it's just going to be a conversation with me and Rex, and we're going to do our little segment, which is going to be turn of the month. So we're going to have some fun with that. I know I'm excited for it. Top 10 turds of the month. Who's been a turd to women? Who's been a turd to TERFs? I can't wait. It's going to be fun. So also don't forget, if you're joining in with the book club, we've got A Time to Think by Hannah Barnes that we're currently reading at the moment with HJ. She's doing a wonderful little piece with us so we've introduced the book. So if you go through and look at the thumbnail, beautiful little thumbnail with the feet from A Time to Think. The link is in that particular one if you want to read the book. And then we're going to have a breakdown and a chat and a conversation with that, with Heather, and that is coming up on the 5th. Oh, I won't say the date because I don't want to get it wrong. But anyway, the link for that, and it's a free link, so we've made sure we've got a free link for that. Also, because we've got shit going off on this channel, people. I am so excited for this year. We've got Turn of the Month with Rex. Damn awesome bloody landing. We've got book club because, hey, I'm going to put my smarty pants on. I'm going to get my smarty pants on with HJ. We've got, are you ready? A conversation where we're bringing back a segment from last year, Warriors, Witches, and Wicked Women, and we are going to have a conversation with Pinwheel Art from over in America, over in, I believe she's from Florida. I'm excited for that. She's got awesome knowledge on being pregnant, on pregnancy, on baby deliveries, and she is so inspiring. She's got me thinking of things that if I had my babies again, because I got baby adults, how I'll do things differently. So we've got that conversation coming up this month. And also, I am working on my costume for my little reenacting piece where I go for a pilgrimage around to find single-only sex spaces. We won't be doing that just yet because it is hot here in Queensland. It is damn hot. So I'm excited for this year. Thank you for coming to this Terf Telegraph. Thank you, both Rex and Di, for popping in and giving us the update on Philippa. We really appreciate that. By we, I mean me, and hopefully the chat guys, you appreciate that Di and Rex were able to jump in and let us know exactly what's going on from their perspective. If you can, help them out because that's not going to be easy. I don't like to be going through that myself. The link will be in the description of this video for Rex's Buy Me a Coffee. Have a really awesome evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. It's evening for me. So as I always say, I love you for now. I'll talk to you later. Stay loud, my friends. Turf it up loud, right? None of this fucking GC bullshit, right? Seriously. Turf it up loud, right? For now, stay out.